Live from News Channel 5.
Chad Slagle from Slagle Financial is here now to answer your questions about money, and we've got a retirement theme today. Chad, I'm 62 years of age and a self-employed farmer for over 40 years. I'm looking to retire and concerned about our current economy and what the future economy looks like. What are some things I should be considering?
Well, Art, first of all, that's a very good question. Coming off of the weather, of course, as we just talked about, one of the worst droughts probably since 1956, or as he mentioned, the Great Depression. For farmers, of course, a lot of them remember 1988, an enormous drought that affected a lot of the farmers. A lot of my family members, a lot of my clients are farmers. So number one, they're taking a huge hit. But if we look at the economy as a whole, it's going to take a huge hit down the road because of this drought, because of course corn is in everything we eat and drink. It's going to affect food prices, meat prices, everything. So that number one, we're going to see that affect the economy, I think, largely throughout the country, but and as well as the whole world. But number two, for this individual who's 62 years of age that wants to retire, unfortunately, we have no idea what's going to happen with the economy. We have no idea what's going to happen with the natural disasters, and this drought, to me, is a disaster for a lot of farmers, and unfortunately, they want to retire at this time. So what I would tell that individual is, number one, if you are going to retire, the land that you have, are you going to have an income coming from that land, whether that be sharecropping or cash renting that out, or do you have family members are going to take that over? So look at the income you're going to have from that. Number two, if you are 62 years of age, you're going to be able to start drawing Social Security. What does that income look like? As well as looking at your overall financial portfolio and figuring out what kind of income can you draw from that, and is that income going to last throughout the rest of your life so you can retire comfortably. Unfortunately, though, with a lot of farmers, it's not just a job, it's a livelihood, it's a way of life, and unfortunately with this drought, it's taken a huge hit on a lot of these individuals.
Next question. I am a retiree that has been drawing from my investment interest for years, and my income has really taken a hit due to falling interest rates. What can I do? Well,
two things. Number one, this individual, it's taken a huge hit because of interest rates. We run into retirees today that come into the office all the time that had their money that they thought was safe sitting in CDs and money market accounts. At one time, we're paying 2, 3, 4, 5%. But of course, Bernanke coming out this past week said we're not going to raise interest rates. We may even lower them, which I don't know how they can get any lower, Art. Unfortunately, if you're used to living off of that 4 or 5% interest rate and you have 5-year CDs maturing now you're making 0.5% or 1%, that's a huge problem. But also a lot of people have taken a hit because of the volatile market. They use the interest off of their mutual funds, their stocks, their bonds to live off of, and as we know, the market's continuing to be very volatile. So what I would tell this individual is sit down with a retirement specialist. If you are retired or thinking about retiring, take a look at your risk tolerance. Take a look at what income needs you have now, what those income needs look like 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, or throughout the rest of your life, and also what your lifestyle goals are. What do you want to do when you retire? What do you need that income for, as well as a lot of different issues. And from that, hopefully they can help you build a game plan that will give you that income that you've lost because of the low interest rate environment.
Chad Slagle, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Art.